Hi.
Are you English?
No, American.
American?
Well, Cypriot American, really. My family came from here, but then we moved to America.
Not English.
No, why?
Hello.
Good morning.
Juno, I don't like you mucking about up here on your own. You know that. I've told you that before.
Oh, that's absurd. I've been all over this island by myself. I think I can do without protection.
Yes, but we have a state of emergency in Cyprus.
Yes, but it's your emergency. It's not mine. I don't take sides.
Oh, all right.
Hey! Stop! Stop!
They were just boys. What did you do that for?
They start to kill early here.
They wanted to talk to me. Do you think they're going to try and do that again? They'll probably wind up hating me just as much as they do you.
What did they talk to you about?
What?
What did they talk to you about?
Nothing.
Did they ask if you were English?
Yes.
Hello. Have a good day.
Didn't come up with much, I'm afraid.
Oh. Oh, you're covered in sand.
Oh.
Juno! Juno, no!
It was foolish to shoot so close to the gorilla.
There was no choice. They might have seen you.
Tonight, after 9 o'clock.
Go get your father. Get your father, Emil. Tell him to get help.
It won't do any
Hurry
good.
up.
Hello, miss.
Don't talk.
I saw him. I saw him. Just like his picture.
Don't talk.
Did you see it happen?
No, she didn't see the accident.
Accident? Don't give me that. Don't give me that load of crap, Doctor. Juno, where were you? When did it happen?
About half an hour ago.
Were you here on the road?
No, she was in the garden with my son.
Listen, she can talk for herself.
She probably can't, Max. She's in a state of shock. Why don't you give her a few moments?
We don't have a few moments. The bastard's got a half-hour start on us as it is. It isn't often I get a chance of cooperation from the civilian population. It's a rare and noble thing. This time I'm going to make use of it. Come on, Juno. We're all in the same camp. We're all shocked. Did you see anything? Juno. There's one man dead over there and another one dying. Did you see anything? How about your only beloved son, Doctor? Did he see anything? Going to answer for him too? Or can I ask him direct?
No. No, I didn't see anything.
Of course not, sonny boy. You were praying with your eyes closed in the garden. Junior, you'd better get your loyalties sorted out, or otherwise I'm going to have to add to your sense of shock. You're a tourist. This is not your quarrel. You're here under sufferance. I can ship you back to Coca-Cola land just like that. All it requires is a little rubber stamp. And your visa's run out. Just as his visa's run out.
He talked to me.
Who did? Who talked to you?
I was holding him in my arms.
The sergeant?
He said he was just like his picture.
He said what?
said that he'd seen him.
He'd seen who? The man who fired at him? You said he'd seen him. What else did he say?
Like his picture. Just like his picture.
No go?
Nope.
What's his name?
Evans, Mervyn Evans.
Evans? Who was it? Who shot you? Evans, who did you see? Who did you see? Nothing, of course.
Country of the blind. God-fearing, no seeing. Shower of... Is Evans dead, sir?
If he's not, he soon will be.
Been out here a fair old while, too.
Yes, he should have known better. Listen, listen. I'm sorry that I had to be rough with you just now. Nothing personal in it. But when innocent people die violently, the social stuff has to stop. You have to forget that the doctor and his family are your friends. And forget that you and I know each other. Do you know? That's not important. Not as important. Truth. That's the only thing that matters when you're dealing with murder.
I did tell you the truth.
Why don't you relax, you stupid Baker? Ah, you in the sack? Oh. I'll do it once for me. Just for old time's sake. Yes and no. The time has come again. You better report to the good colonel. I mean, after you finished your present investigation. Yeah, well, no, let's do it this way. It makes him happy, and it sustains the legend that he's in command. Hmm? Great. Yes. Yes. I can feel the warmth from here.
Detail a burial party, 10 o'clock tomorrow. Usual turnout. And put yourself on it.
But I was on the last one, Sergeant.
Well, as long as it ain't your own. You're laughing, ain't you? On it, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
You ought to knock, you know. Not for me, but for the sake of appearances. After all, I've got the rank. I mean, it's all wrong that I shouldn't know who you're responsible to.
So that's the way that we operate intelligence out here. And if it worries you, I suggest you speak to headquarters. There you are. Get me the Andrus Villa, will you?
Hello?
I want to ask you a hypothetical question. Assuming that you and Emile did see someone this morning, which of course you didn't. You were still listening?
Yes, but I really don't see what all this is leading up to.
No, I know, but just bear with me, will you? We colonials have to be humoured, especially when we're investigating murders. Now, assuming that you did see someone this morning, would he have been in his 50s, balding, with a moustache? Would he, in fact, have looked like Skyros? Nobody looks like. You've seen his pictures on all the posters.
Yes, but I...
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just Major Maguire again.
Juno, is there someone there with you?
Yes.
Well, listen. Don't tell them the real reason that I called. And forget my funny jokes. Whether you saw anybody or not, you were very close to 2 murders this morning. Just think about that. This isn't your war, but you happen to be here, and that's enough for some people. So don't have any illusions. Second thoughts I can live with. Illusions bore me. Ring me when you can. That is, if you want to.
What did he want?
Oh, he just wanted to know exactly how far I was from the truck when I heard the shots.
They ask so many questions.
What's the betting when this is all over that he gets a knighthood, eh? Up you. What do you want to do now? Do you want to eat? Oh, I forgot about you because you eat in the mess, don't you? That won't do for me. I always pass the pork the wrong way around. Just like his picture. That's what he said to her.
I'll eat out if you want. But I've got some things to arrange first. There's a Lieutenant Baker coming in.
Oh, fresh from the old country?
No. He's signals. Been posted on temporary duty to us. Do you know?
Baker? Signal?
Yes.
Signal? Oh. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel now, aren't they? They're sending us someone from the Guards next. No, I don't know him. What's his qualifications?
Not too good, I'm afraid. That's why I want to have a chat.
Oh, I see. Show him the atrocity films and read him the VD lecture, eh?
No. Apparently he drinks.
Oh, good God. You mean he's normal?
I mean his drinking habits have found their way into his records.
Well, I wouldn't let that worry Farrow. I mean, you know how these things are cooked up. He probably goosed the general's wife at a regimental dance, that's all. Adios.
Very careless of you to leave the doors open. In view of tonight's special circumstances, just as well that I arrived early. I thought I would invite myself to dinner.
Yes?
Who's the visitor?
What visitor?
The girl I saw outside the villa this morning.
She's the daughter of a friend of mine.
Very unwise to have visitors at a time like this, don't you think?
But Hayos...
Let's hope it's a short stay.
You don't take coffee?
I don't take Turkish coffee.
Well, I dare say we can offer you some alternative in this house. Juno brought us some, what do you call it, Juno? The tin you brought us.
Instant coffee.
That's it. Instant coffee. It's amazing.
Like everything American.
We do have real coffee, too.
You should invent some real people to drink it.
You know, Juno's father, when we were at school together, long before he emigrated. He was always talking about America. Always wanted to get there. Did you know that, Juno?
No, I didn't. All I know is now all he talks about is coming back here for a vacation.
When the trouble is over, of course. I mean, he wouldn't want to come now.
I wouldn't know about that, Mr. Hagius. I haven't discussed it with him. We're only first-generation Americans. The women haven't started to run our family yet. Would you all please excuse me? But I've gotten behind on some of my notes, and if I don't do it now, I'll never catch up on them.
Of course, my dear. You do what you have to do. We understand. Juno is writing a paper on the ancient cultures of Cyprus, you know, for her university.
Seems a waste of time, Miss Kazani, to concern yourself with the past glories of our island.
You think so?
Yes. Aren't you interested in our glorious future?
Of course she is. But she's a student of history, not a prophet.
Maybe it's because after one generation in the luxury of America, you and your family no longer consider yourselves Cypriots.
That's right. We're not Cypriots any longer. We're Americans. Good night, everyone.
Good night, my dear.
Good night, Emil.
Good night.
We're ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize anybody was here. Oh, forgive me. I'm not dressed or anything. I mean, I just came down to get some water and put the books back, and it never occurred to me that anybody was here. I'm very sorry. Forgive me.
That's all right, my dear.
How much do you think she saw?
She's the child of my friend. Let's not talk about friendship, Doctor. That's old-fashioned. This discussion is academic. We must improve.
She's absolutely safe, I tell you.
I think we're wasting time.
Even if she knew anything, she wouldn't give us away. She's the child of my friend.
Juno? Juno, are you asleep?
What? Who's there?
Are you asleep?
No, almost. It's okay. Is anything the matter?
No. It's just that you were in the library.
I know. Wasn't that awful? I don't know what the doctor must have thought, but was he shocked?
Shocked? No, he wasn't shocked. Not that. There were other men in the library.
I know. I dread to think what they must have thought. Well, I mean, I couldn't even say anything. I mumbled something and ran upstairs without even looking. Did they mind awfully?
Oh, no, that's all right. It's nothing. I'll explain. I just wanted to know if you were all right, that's all. Good night, dear.
Good night.
When?
It's all right. She was in bed, just going to sleep.
And what is that supposed to prove?
Well, it means the girl saw nothing untoward.
I'm asking your wife.
All she said was she was sorry she appeared like that in her nightdress.
Didn't she see who was here?
I didn't ask her.
Wasn't that what you went upstairs to find out?
Well, yes. I said there were men in the room, and she said she was too embarrassed to see anybody.
What do you see?
I'm sorry.
You're standing where she was standing. What do you see? You see the whole room, don't you? Everybody. This discussion is a waste of time. She must have seen.
It doesn't follow. Not necessarily. If she'd seen us, everybody, clearly, would you have gone straight to bed?
Why not? What else could she do?
What else? Well, what I'm trying to say is she's only a young girl. Young girls don't rationalize all the implications. If she had seen the general, recognized him, she would have given herself away on the spot.
The risk is too great.
Risk? What risk? I tell you, the girl saw nothing. Besides, I know her too well. She's one of us.
That wasn't what she told me.
Because you had offended her. Your whole manner, your whole conversation was offensive to a guest of mine. And she's a stranger.
Exactly.
Just a minute. I want to state one thing very plainly. Nothing is going to happen in my house.
Sit down, Arias. As you know, much is in the balance for all of us. If she did see me, it's of little consequence to me personally. There are many people I fear before an unknown young girl. No, the danger lies in another direction. There would be great danger for the doctor here, and for you too, for all of you. You would be known for what you are instead of what you so carefully appear to be. Your place in our intelligence pattern would be understood by the British. That's why there's no need to tell you how sure you must be when you say this girl is unconscious of what's going on in your house.
Listen, General, I've known her for a long time. I know her father. We were at school together here before he went to America. She's familiar to me as a daughter is familiar. I'm sure she could not deceive me. I would know at once.
Perhaps you know already, Doctor, and that's why you are so anxious. If she's familiar to you as a daughter, maybe your loyalties are a little confused.
I think we may take the doctor's assurance. We've never had reason to regret any action of his before.
My instinct tells me that we must do something now.
Then it is your instinct against my decision. My decision has been made.
Papers? Long way from home, aren't you?
Aren't you?
Look, curfew starts in half an hour, mate. Where have you been?
Dining.
In these hills?
With Dr. Andros.
Well, you've got half an hour. Then you'll be nicked.
You didn't send for him, Juno?
No,
No. Why should you? It's probably nothing. Just a routine visit. You will stay here, won't you?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Juno,
Yes?
could you come into the library, please? Major Maguire is here.
Coming.
I'm so sorry to trouble you, Juno. I just thought it would save time if everyone was here at once.
Don't worry, I'm not going to stage Agatha Christie's murder at the vicarage. It's
An English joke which fell flat on its English face. I understand you had guests last night, Doctor.
That's right, yes, we did. A small dinner party. Some friends.
Oh, I'm sure they were friends. One doesn't entertain enemies in one's house, does one? Not by choice, anyway.
It was all quite ordinary, Major, I assure you. The family, local priest, just some middle-aged people. With the exception of Juno and Emil here, of course.
And with the exception of a middle-aged boy called Hyos, I believe.
Oh, yes, Hyos. I was forgetting him. Juno didn't take to him very much.
Oh, really? Why not?
All he wanted to talk about was politics.
And you didn't?
I don't understand them.
No, I know. Very few of us do. I only wondered because I thought he might have been a friend of yours rather than the doctor's.
No, I'd never met him before.
Oh, so he's new to us all, is he? A law student, I believe, Doctor.
Yes, so he told me.
But not a student of law and order. We picked him up on the road half an hour before curfew last night. You really ought to tell him about the curfew, Doctor.
Yes, I will, if I see him again.
God, yes. I'm sure you will. I was only checking because he said he was a friend of yours. Unfortunately, even friends have to be checked today. I mean, we don't find dead bodies outside your front door so often that we can afford to overlook them. I'm sorry I had to play policeman so early in the morning, ladies.
That's all right. You have your job to do, Major. Would you please excuse us?
Yes, please. Oh, by the way, the second man died yesterday. So it's a question of us losing 2 friends while you gained 1. We don't live in very liberal times, do we, Doctor?
No, unfortunately not.
But there are compensations. I'm always so impressed with how lucky you are with servants. They're a dying race in England, you know. We'd never get a conscientious chap like that now. So diligent. So unobtrusive. And without being servile. You must tell me the secret one day. Good morning.
Dr. Andrews here. The patient passed the examination very well. If she'd been suffering from the suspected disease, the symptoms would have been apparent by now. No symptoms.
Sir? Excuse me, sir. You're being followed. I was behind you in the town the other day, and I noticed him. He was a sneaky little bastard, about Shifty little bloke, sir. About 4 feet.
No, you're right the first place. A sneaky little bastard.
Yes, sir.
About 40.
That's right, sir.
Balding.
Yes, sir.
Big nose. Brown suit. I spotted him. Anyway, thanks all, Sam. Nice to know you care.
Thank you, sir.
Μακάριος και δυο τρεις άλλους. Εξορίσαν. Το κάνουμε άλλο.
Sorry, am I interrupting?
No. Extraordinary, some of the letters that some of these women write to these magazines. Terrifying questions, and that.
Sir, I wonder if you could lend me a helping hand. I want to see Juno Kazani.
I thought you'd just seen her.
I have just seen her. I want to see her again. I want to see her on her own and away from the Andrews family.
Well, how can I help?
Well, I thought that you might be able to concoct some little reason for her coming down here. I mean, it's no good me trying. I'm persona non grata at the moment. But coming from you, it would be a bit different.
Well, what sort of thing? Reason?
Well, I thought you could say that, you know, at great expense, great effort, all that sort of stuff, that a telephone call was coming through from London from the widow of the dead man Evans.
But that's not true.
And that the poor woman simply wanted to hear from the lips of the person who found him that he died at once and in no pain.
A ghastly story.
Not ghastly, it's quite agreeable. I'm afraid it has to be ghastly, otherwise she'll never get away from her good friends.
The Androsses? Well, what have you found out?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just a hunch, that's all, just a hunch. So I'll leave it to you, will I, sir? I'll have her here about, what, at 8:30?
Yes, but she's an American. Totally irregular. Well, if she found out, she could complain to the consul.
Look, I don't care if she writes to Woman's Own as long as I find out what's going on around here.
How nice of you to come. Unfortunately, Colonel Park's been called away suddenly to a staff meeting. He's asked me to take over. All right, Corporal. Like to sit in front this time?
Aren't we going to take the phone call here?
No.
There isn't any phone call, is there?
No. That was a rather bad taste idea of mine, I'm afraid. Colonel Park didn't approve at all. I wanted to get you out of that house and see you on your own again. And not for the obvious reason. As you well know from bitter experience, the British never make passes in cars.
That's only because you make such small cars.
Right. On the other hand, we make agreeable conversation over dinner and we don't stop the soup. I take it you haven't eaten yet.
No.
And does that answer my second question?
Well, we can't eat here, can we?
No. These cars are no good for that either.
tell the Andresses that you'd come to speak to the widow?
Yes, I told them just what Colonel Park told me.
And they didn't think it odd?
I don't think so.
They didn't object or anything?
Well, why should they?
Well, I don't know. Well, up at the house the other day, I thought perhaps there was something you wanted to tell me.
No.
Oh. We're fencing, aren't we?
Well, I always fence with people who get me somewhere under false pretenses.
And in any event, you don't like going out with married men?
Well, I have no prejudices against married men. I just prefer the ones who either stay married or get out and do something about it.
Like getting married again?
Just make up their minds.
Look, why don't you make up my mind for me? Isn't that the role of American women?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have. I'm leaving here. I'm going home.
Yes, but what about your studies? You finished them?
More or less.
I see. I just hoped that you might spend a little time digging into my past. After all, you're a student of history, and my wife is part of the history of this island.
You don't take anything seriously, do you? Except this lousy war.
Which has nothing to do with you.
You see, I took you seriously the first time I met you. Of course, that's my worry. I mean, you were honest. You told me the score.
Oh, that's me.
What you need is a good cause to believe in.
But I have a good cause. They're rare. Like you.
Oh, I'm not rare. I'm just a post-Kinsey girl who never made the graphs.
What did the Andresses say when you told them you were leaving?
Well, I haven't told them yet. You're the first person I've told.
Oh, I see.
I suppose you're used to this, but there's a man who's been watching us for the past half hour.
Where?
Over your shoulder. He came a little while after we did.
Take out your mirror and do your lipstick, and then slide the mirror across here.
I'm not very good at this.
You could be right.
Are we going to go now?
I think there's any particular hurry. If he wanted to, he could have shot us before now. I've been sitting with my back to him for half an hour. That's their favorite target. So, I'll call for the bill. He might have planted a bomb. And as you say, it's not your war.
What happens now?
I drive you home. That's what happens now.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Well, if you're sick of the sight of me, I'll drive you back to headquarters and pass you over to one of the drivers.
Oh, it isn't that. It's just that I think that it's better.
Better for who? For you? For me or for the Andresses?
I could have nailed you then, you stupid Burke. Getting careless, aren't you? Where's the crumpets?
Gone home.
To Mummy?
No. Going home to Mummy. What's your news?
Well, very dull by comparison. It's got me puzzled. And as you have reason to know, I don't puzzle easily. Our friend in the restaurant is not known. Could be an imported gunman. Crack shot for an important objective.
Aren't you a comfort?
You're the one to need comfort. I spent half my life groping very unattractive gentlemen to see if they carry arms. Well, you spend your life in the army?
Yeah, right. Don't finish it. Was he armed?
No. I fell against him in my celebrated impersonation of a drunk. Got the full benefit of his vintage halitosis, but no gun. How about that for comfort?
Now, nobody follows you around for 2 days without a good reason.
Or maybe he's just mad about you. You know, all the nice boys love a soldier. What torch are you carrying at this particular moment?
Why don't you go home to bed, Charlie?
Well, she was never worth it at the time, and she certainly isn't worth it now. So why'd you keep the ashes on view? Oh, she's very attractive, I grant you. You thought so, and so unfortunately did the rest of the regiment. Including me, your good friend Baker, who's now offering you, not for the first time, advice that you don't want to take.
Go home, Charlie.
Or else you'll hit me. You didn't hit me at the time, and you're not going to hit me now. Why didn't you hit me at the time? Because there was no point in hitting me at the time. Mac, listen. She's a very pretty girl. And you paid the required price, and you married her. She was a very pretty girl. And I paid the required price. To be exact, it was 4 gins and her cab fare home. Well, I'm not proud of my particular part in the story. But at least you found out through me, because I couldn't live with it, and I told you. And the only difference between us is that I didn't marry her. All I'm trying to say is it's just a face on a piece of photographic paper. It isn't anybody who's ever going to come back into your life again. I thought for a moment tonight, seeing you with that bird, I thought, still it's pointless because, well, anyway, it's pointless. Oh, don't sit too near the window looking at it, will you? Make a good target there.
Good night, Charlie.
Hello. How was your trip? Did you get the telephone call?
No, there was no telephone call.
It didn't come through.
No, Colonel Park wasn't there either, just Major Maguire.
What happened then?
He took me to dinner.
Did he ask you any more questions?
Well, he asked them, but I didn't answer them because I don't have the answers. He just took me out to dinner and I came back. That's the only important point. I came back. So Major Maguire can sort out his little jigsaw puzzle without any help from me.
I suggest you phone back in half an hour, all right? Oh, that was for you. Hello? Gone.
Who was it?
No idea. He didn't give a name. Some sort of high-pitched, semi-Indian voice.
What was the message? Was there a message?
Yes. That chap you were talking about, Hagios, seen driving out towards the Andros Villa.
Right, thanks.
Is he an Indian, this character?
Full-blooded.
Is he on the strength?
Of it, not yet on it.
Well, what do you use him for?
He watches people for me. He's very good at it. He can crawl on his belly through a crowd, which sets him apart from other crawlers.
She had dinner with him last night, and you didn't think it important enough to tell me?
The important thing, as I see it, is the fact that she returned. If she realized it was Chakris, why did she come back?
Because she's clever, that's why. Or he's clever for her. By coming back, she makes us think she doesn't know what's going on. She can stay here and spy on us for him.
It's Major Maguire.
Well, let him in. He can come and go as he likes. It's his free country. For the moment.
Good morning, Major.
Good morning.
May I?
Thank you. Morning, Doctor. Sorry, I didn't know you had a guest.
Not a guest, Major. A patient. I've been seeking professional advice.
Nothing catching, I hope.
Well, I understand it's a common complaint amongst people of my age and race. Mostly mental. I get the feeling I'm being watched wherever I go.
Funny boy. Sense of humor.
Yes.
Coincidence, really, that he should have been here. He's the reason for my visit.
Oh, really? Can I offer you anything?
No, no, thank you. I'm not staying. We've been checking up on our friend. A little suspect. Listed as a student. Unlimited funds. You've seen that glorious mechanism out there. And connections both here and in Greece, about which I think you should know.
I do know about him. And I know his politics, Major. He's young. He's bound to be extreme. He wishes to see his own kind of freedom established.
Well, we needn't go into all that. Just as long as you know.
I never made a secret of my own feelings. I don't approve of all the things that are being done, but of course I have my sympathies. One must be honest in these things.
Just what my mother told me. Honesty at all costs. And if there's one thing we British hate worse than an enemy, it's a hypocrite. You see, we're such superb hypocrites ourselves. I'm sorry I missed Miss Kazani. Give her my regards, will you? You know what I need is a spare pair of eyes at my back. Someone who's of no account.
Someone like me, for instance.
Someone like you, for instance. As the pissy lieutenant.
You know, you may have to pay for the cure when this is over, if I get hooked.
You are hooked. How are things with you and the good Colonel Park?
Oh, I've got him on the blink. I went in with 2 fly buttons undone and called him captain.
Great. You know what I've got to do? I mean, what we've got to do is double think Chios. He's obviously a right-hand boy. Straight out of college, itchy finger, clever, very sharp with the dialogue.
It's the clever ones that make the mistakes. People like you and me.
Evans was a good boy, you know.
Evans?
Yeah, he was the sergeant that Juno found up at the villa. It was Chios.
Oof.
Oof. Who else? Just across the sea from the birthplace of democracy, in need of a little target practice from behind a wall. Especially if he was trying to impress.
He's still there. Juno, you are going out, are you?
Yes.
I'm
only going into the garden.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, hello.
What were you looking at?
Only you.
Didn't anybody tell you? I'm bad luck.
Where is Miss Kazani?
I cannot allow
This
it.
is on authority, Doctor. Do you understand? Miss Kazani?
Yes?
Excuse me. May I come in? I hope you'll forgive me for coming to your room like this, but you must realize it's important. You do know, of course, why I've come to see you. You're not feeling well?
I'm fine.
Then you've lost interest in your studies.
My studies?
Yes. Your investigations into our glorious past. You're usually out doing field work, but not today. Or yesterday, or the day before that. Tell me, if you're feeling well, why haven't you been outside the villa?
I have.
Oh, I don't mean in the garden. I saw you there. Why haven't you been further?
I have. I've been to see Major McGuire, and if I wanted to go and see him again, I would.
But you don't.
No one is keeping me here.
I didn't say that. But thank you for telling me. Well, that was interesting. Did you hear our conversation, Doctor?
No.
Why are you keeping Miss Kazani here?
Did she say that?
No. She said that no one was keeping her here.
That's perfectly true. The girl can do as she pleases. As I've said, she knows nothing, so there's nothing to fear.
Surely she must have thought it very strange of you to ask her to stay at home all this time. She would have to have a reason. What reason did you give?
Listen, I didn't...
Doctor, I think it would be much safer for all of us if you stopped being such a fool. Certainly safer for you. You needn't worry too much about your guest. From now on, you're all guests in this house.
I think you know who I am. Then you know the connection the doctor has with me. And how long have you understood all this?
Around 3 or 4 days.
What have you told anyone about me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
And you want to go home?
Yes, I'd like to go home.
You have no sympathy with us?
I have sympathy, of course, but it's nothing to do with me.
You would call yourself uncommitted, Miss Kazani.
Yes, I would. I mean, that's not so strange, is it? I mean, a person can't be committed about everything, and I didn't know anything about this place until I came here. I mean, my father had talked about it to me, but I was 30 years out of date. And
you have no sympathies with our enemies.
Not sympathies. I like different people. I have friends, I suppose.
I was thinking of the 2 soldiers in the truck.
They were hurt and they were dying. I'd have sympathy with anybody like that. Who wouldn't?
If you go home, Miss Kazani, if I let you go home, what will you tell your people? What excuse will you make for returning so suddenly?
I'll tell them that this just isn't the time for studying now.
In my organization, Miss Kazani, I have the safety of many to consider. Women and young people, as well as men. And they are as dear to me as you are to Dr. Andros. If you'd been some other person, I can truthfully say you wouldn't have had this consideration. You would have been dead long ago. But you're in the doctor's family, entrusted to him by his friend, your father. And the doctor speaks for you. He says you're safe. Are you safe, Miss Kazani?
I would never do anything that would hurt the doctor.
Answer it.
Hello? Yes, Major. Yes, she's still here, but I'm afraid she's in bed, asleep.
Oh, well, don't disturb her. Just tell her I called to say goodbye, that's all.
Goodbye?
Yes, she's going home.
That's what you told me. Didn't you know?
Yes, of course, we know. It's just, I didn't think she told anybody else.
Oh, yes, I happen to be the first person to hear the news. Anyway, just say I called, that I'm sorry. We need all the neutrals we can get.
She's told Major McGuire that she's going home.
I'm sorry, it's too dangerous.
Please, not this way. If anything happens to her, they'll know I have a hand in it. I'll never be able to work with you again.
That depends on how important you are, Doctor.
I was very important at the beginning.
Get her on the first available plane.
that I'm not satisfied with his explanation. He can report to my office at 1600 this afternoon.
What is it?
Maguire, what's going on this morning? Where are you off to?
I'm going to the airport, sir.
Airport?
Duty call.
But the old man isn't coming in, is he?
No, I'm seeing a desirable off the premises.
Are we late?
Here, take this.
What?
Please, just take it. Don't ask any questions. We haven't time. Just put it where you can reach it quickly. We're going this way to avoid people and traffic. And because they think Maguire will have found out what plane you're catching. The idea is to make it look as though you intended to catch the plane.
But I am catching the plane. I am catching it.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Major.
Do you have Miss Kazani on the Athens flight?
Kazani? Yes, we do.
Fine.
In a few miles, we come to a wide junction. I'm supposed to stop there, pretend I have a flat tire.
Why?
There'll be two men waiting for us, dressed as peasants. When I get out to see to the car, they'll open fire. They have orders to kill you.
Can't we go back? Why can't we just drive straight to Major Maguire
No, we
and
have
tell
to do
him
it this
that...
way. It's the only way. Otherwise, they'll know I betrayed them. If they discover that, they'll kill us all. Now, look. What I shall do is stop a little before the spot. Just enough to make it look like a mistake. Now, if you knew nothing, you'd stay in the car, of course. But get out when I tell you and run, putting me between you and them. I'll have to fire after you, too, but I won't hit you. I'm sorry, it's not much of a plan, but it's all I can do. One last thing, Juno. You remember the Cafe Candia? You went there with me.
Cafe Candia?
Yes, you remember Mavro, the man who owns it?
Mavro, yes.
Well, if you get away, find it and go there. He's my friend. He'll help you.
Η Βρετανική αεροπορική εταιρεία αναγγέλει την άφηξη του αεροστάτου Spytown. British European Airways announces the arrival of its Spytown flight 214.
Don't look. Just act normally. You expect nothing.
Quickly, over here.
Hey, you old man. You see young woman? How about this door? You deaf? Hey, Cristo! Go down to back of the cowshed. No, not that one. The other one with the door shut. Yes, that's it. Cristo, there's a pile of wood by the wall. Go and look there. No, over to your left. No, further over.
Juno.
Η Βρετανική αεροπορική εταιρεία αναγγέλει την αναχώρηση του αεροπλάνου.
Well, get me a line. This is military priority. Did you make the booking yourself?
No, a man called.
Dr. Andrews? Where is she?
I have no idea, Major. She left here over an hour ago with Emile. Isn't she at the airport?
Get up to the villa as quick as you can.
Right, sir.
get anything out of him?
No, sir. Poor old sod, he's a bit past it, sir. A couple of the lads did find this, though, sir.
Keep looking, will you?
Sir. Come on, lads, forward.
Please, could you help me? I've had an accident.
Accident?
My car went off the road.
Where? I do not see any car.
It's all the way back there. I've been walking for miles. If you could just take me to a garage or any place. Please. I can't walk anymore.
Well, I don't know. After curfew, you must have permission. It is very difficult to get. I don't want to lose it.
Well, you won't lose it. I'll explain to the authorities. I have friends in the government.
All right. So long as you understand my position.
Thank you.
Lots of men would have left you finding you like that. They would have been suspicious, you understand. Are you English?
American.
American, eh? I have seen many pictures of American girls in magazines. Very good magazines, which I read, you know. I read them, not just look at the pictures. You were very lucky I came along. Not many people have permission after curfew. Lots of bad men around. Of course, I am loyal to my country. I want freedom like everybody. But I'm in commerce. Freedom, yes, but commerce is more in my line. You know, this is the first time I speak like this with an American girl. I am not married, you see. Our girls are very restricted, old-fashioned. Even without the trouble, there is always curfew. Their mothers make the curfew. Our girls don't have their pictures taken without any...
What are we stopping for?
Please, shove it. Shove it, please. I will...
Let go! Get out.
Please, I...
Get out!
Use this. Please. Oh, please, I'm out! But wait!
Well, it would appear they'd chased her from the road and into the farm and trapped her there. And then there was some kind of a gun battle. And your son shot the two men at close range. Emile killed them. Well, there are no witnesses, of course. As usual, no one's talking. But you can take it as read. Anyway, there can't be any other explanation in view of the fact that... Well, the point is that I'm sorry to have taken so long to get to this, but your son was killed also. And as we didn't shoot him, it's reasonable to suppose that he was shot trying to defend Miss Gazani. Therefore, the other ugly fact that you have to face is, if we have reached that assumption, and so have the other side, and I have to warn you that your position, and that of your wife, is not without danger. I can arrange to give you protection if you wish. I'm sorry.
Sir?
Excuse me.
just got a message in, sir, from Lieutenant Baker.
Yes?
The message was Cafe Candia.
Get started. Are you hurt? Put this on. I know what it costs to do a good turn. Thank you. And good luck. They tried to kill you. They shot Emile.
Yes.
They were after you. Why are they after you?
I don't know.
You're lying, you stupid little bitch. People have been risking their lives for you, and you still don't know. Right, well, we'll see just how bloody neutral you really are. I'll walk you up and down like a sitting duck until you remember. If more people are going to die to salve your bloody conscience, you're going to be one of them.
Can you face some coffee? I assure you, even by American standards, it's quite drinkable. You passed out last night. With help from me. Oh, by the way, this is the McGuire Hilton, in case you're wondering. Do you remember anything about last night?
I remember you shouting at me.
That's what they all say. Anyway, before you remember it all, I'd just like to apologize for doing my so-called duty in such a such a lousy way. I'm sorry. Is that drinkable? Well, that's something anyway. Look, I think you better stay here for the time being, because now they're going to be looking for you.
Isn't that against the rules?
There are no rules. Just survival, kids. When you finish that, when you want to get up, you could use... you could get in something more presentable. My wife left some things when she went back to England. They're in the wardrobe if you wouldn't feel insulted.
Part of the survival kit?
No, I wouldn't say that. Anyway, you finish that up, I'll leave you to it. And keep away from the windows. Oh, I forgot, cigarettes. This is the off-season. The service gets better as you go on. Keep away from the windows. Keep back. Did you find something?
You better tell me.
Hmm? It's fine, fine. Fits you fine.
What is it?
Come here. Our friend from the restaurant's here again. He's been following me about for a week or more. I don't get it. I think he's over in that room there. Listen, keep your eyes on that window. I'll give him a target. If you see any movement, let me know, will you? Anything?
No.
Well, it's now or never.
There's someone there behind the shutters. Get down!
What happened?
He's still there. He's got binoculars.
Binoculars? Maybe he's just a dirty old man.
McGuire? Good. No sign of her yet. I've just sent out another patrol.
It doesn't look too hopeful, does it, sir? No, sir. Well, you'll let me know about any developments. Well, somebody must have got her under cover. I should have thought that was obvious.
Why didn't you tell him?
While Her Majesty's forces are scouring the countryside, you're not found. And no one's looking for you here. As I said, there are no rules to speak of.
You mean you're not going to tell anyone?
No, I don't assure you.
I could get away before they found out where I was.
No, you couldn't.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't let you.
I don't see how you can stop me.
No? What makes you think I'm any more gentle than they are?
You love me. And there are no rules there either.
Don't touch it!
Oh, you can't do anything. You're a respectable officer in the British Army. The sun never sets and all that. You can't behave like Skyrus.
What do you know about Skyrus?
Nothing.
You're lying! You're lying, and sooner or later you're going to tell me the truth. It's a duty. So until I'm satisfied, you're staying here.
I'm not so sure you do love me.
I didn't say anything about love. You did. All I used was a dirty word. Duty.
you've got cans?
Yes, that's all.
We're in for a siege. We're going to wind up with scurvy.
Scurvy.
Well, you know what I mean.
If we're here for any length of time, you may end up doing the cooking. Excuse me.
Would you please kiss me? Please?
Why should I?
Because you do love me. And because I'm very scared.
Same old gag again, eh? Yeah. Right, fine, thanks.
Who was that?
An Indian friend of mine, hot from the reservation. We have friends out there, too. Hold that, will you? Look at me. Listen, they won't let you live as long as you're silent. If you tell me there's no point in them killing you, you tell me in Altdale Park and the whole thing runs like clockwork.
I could tell you and save myself. Don't you think that I would? There are some things that just aren't possible.
What kind of things?
Mixed up things. Loyalties.
What kind of loyalties? You said in there that you loved me. You have a loyalty to me now.
Yes, but new loyalties don't wipe out old ones, do they?
This gun was in the pocket of your dress. Use it.
Is that some sort of signal?
Yeah, well, it could be. Locals have cleared off, huh? This curtain. You go over there to that light switch by the door. When I say put on the light, count two, then put it off again. Now. Get down! That can't be it for the evening. They don't give up as easy as that.
the spotlight.
Go into the other room. To that window. Be very careful. Just tell me if you can see a car there.
Yes.
Well, start firing it when I tell you. Don't worry, you won't hit anyone. I just want a distraction. Now. Some glass. Oh, it looks worse than it really is. Would you put on the light for me? You won. It's your victory.
It doesn't feel like a victory.
McGuire? Major McGuire, you there?
This is where the good Colonel Park comes into his own. The cardinal rule about having no rules at all is that you must never, never be caught.
You've gone too far this time, Major.
That was the idea, sir. But if I may say so, not far enough.
You're relieved of all duties as of now. Miss Kazani? Well, goodbye, Miss Kazani. Have a safe journey.
Major McGuire?
Not to worry, he'll be all right. He left the island 2 days ago. Look after her, miss.
Of course, sir. Are you all right?
Steward, is the bar open? I'd like to have a drink.
That man who just went up the aisle. He's going to kill me. Please, you've got to believe me.
Well, I'll tell the captain. But I promise you it's all right, though. If you like, we'll radio ahead to Athens. But nothing will happen here. Couldn't possibly. You just relax.
Excuse me, please.
Please.
Sorry, wrong
Please,
number.
I need your help.
Oh, move on, darling. You'll
Please
give me a
listen to
bad
me.
name.
There's a man on this plane who wants to kill me.
Oh, do you mind? I don't feel too good.
Please, listen.
This is the captain speaking. We are entering an area of turbulence.
Too late.
Will you
Back to
please
your
fasten
own
your
beds,
safety belts?
everybody.
You must return to your seat, Miss Kazani. We're landing.
This is the captain speaking. Would you please fasten your safety belts? We are about to land at Athens Airport.
Αναγγέλει την άφηξη του αεροσκάφους PA-420 από Λευκοσία.
There we are, Miss Kazani. All over. Would you like to come now, Miss Kazani? I promise you there's nothing to worry about. The captain radioed ahead.
Mac. I knew you'd be here. I got something to tell you. You know that man who was following you? In the room across the street. Do you know who he is? He's...
Was he a good friend?
Well, he was an honest one. Just say that. All right, I'm coming.
Major Maguire. Thank you. Very much.
Read it. It concerns you. You're being cited in my divorce.
Am I?
So you better get your loyalties sorted out. After all, it is a kind of justice.